Once upon a time, there was a young man named Marco. He was 24 years old and lived in a small village near the mountains. Marco had a big problem. His mind never stopped thinking. He always felt sad about things that had already happened. He always worried about things that might happen. Because of this, he could not sleep well. He could not feel happy. He had forgotten how to smile. One day, Marco heard about a wise old man who lived in a village far away in the hills. This old man used to be a famous doctor of the mind. He had helped many people in his life. Now he was old and lived quietly in nature. Sometimes he helped people who came to visit him. Marco felt hopeful. He thought, maybe this old man can help me find peace. So he started his journey. After many days of walking, Marco finally reached the old man's house. It was a small house with plants growing all around it. The old man was sitting on the porch with his eyes closed. He looked very calm and peaceful. Marco walked up to him and said softly, "Grandfather, my mind is always full of thoughts. I cannot feel calm. Please help me." The old man opened his eyes slowly and smiled. He said, "Come with me. I have a small task for you." He took Marco to his yard. He filled a glass with water all the way to the top. Then he said, "Walk to the edge of the village and come back. But do not spill even one drop of water." Marco was surprised, but he agreed. He held the glass very carefully and started walking. The road was busy. People were walking and running. Dogs were barking. Shopkeepers were shouting. But Marco did not look around. His eyes stayed on the glass the whole time. He walked slowly, step by step. Finally, he came back to the old man and said, "Grandfather, I did it. Not one drop spilled." The old man smiled and asked, "Good. But did you see the children playing on the road? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco thought for a moment and said, "No, I did not see or hear anything. I was only looking at the glass." The old man nodded and said gently, "That is the secret. When your mind is fully in the present moment, there is no room for worry or sadness. While you were walking, you were not thinking about the past. You were not afraid of the future. Your mind was quiet and focused. That is true peace." Marco slowly understood. Peace is not something we find outside of ourselves. It is already inside us. We just need to live in a present moment. Marco bowed his head and said, "Grandfather, I understand now. When I keep my mind in the present, that is when real peace comes." The old man smiled. The sun was setting. Birds were flying home. Marco began his walk back home too. But he was no longer the same restless young man. He was calm. He was peaceful, because now he knew the secret to a quiet mind.